Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Gaming After Dark. I am your host, Noof. Nukum Boom Kaboom is in the room. I'm here with the lovely and talented co-host, Miss Primal Eve. Primal, what is happening?
Hello. Hi, everyone. I don't know. I'm getting a little sick, but I got like my little kid making me some tea, and I'm just all bundled up in a blanket. It's cold as fuck out there.
I know. Primal told me she's coming down with something. I said, well, at least you're coming. That's a positive.
Right? Yeah. It doesn't have to matter anymore. I always fall asleep with my hand down my pants.
Ooh. You guys talk about it's cold. It's 75 degrees here.
Hot damn. 75 degrees and it's minus fucking 30 whatever the hell up here right now here in Canada. Spider-Man knows how cold it is here in Alberta, the Great White North. It is pissicles. If you went outside right now and pissed in the wind, you'd be shooting pissicles by the time it hit. So
yeah, that's why I live here. You can keep that cold weather.
And who is that amazing voice we hear in the background? It is none other than one of our community's finest. He is certainly one of our community's most generous. He's gaining fast notoriety here. Great guy, great gamer, great views on things. Me and him get along quite well. And his podcast is really starting to take off. He's going to tell you about that here in just a bit as well. But our guest tonight, our special guest, our first one of 2020, Mr. Wilmy Hood. What's happening, Wilmy?
What is up, everybody? You got the gaming mouth of the South here. So, and like Nude said, we get along very well. This is my Canadian brother. So, yeah, you're in for one hell of a show because there's no holds barred on this.
Absolutely. We hold nothing back. Hope you guys caught last week's show. It was a doozy. And and we're glad that you guys could all be here to be a part of it. This is what it's all about. It's all about community. It's all about having some fun, talking games. We got some hot topics tonight. I'm pretty sure most of you can probably guess one of the first ones we're going to get into. But let's acknowledge our amazing chat, the people that make this worthwhile each and every week. Let's start out with Spider-Man 356, who is here once again. Our good favorite buddy, Mr. Lunch Bizzle, is in the house. We also got Ace Junkie kicking around here with us. We have who else we got coming in here right now? Crispy Bomb, yes, the man who gets it on. Crispy Bomb. Timothy Dixon, what are you putting those dicks in? We don't know, but we're glad you're here, sir. Easy Money 4K is here. Innate is up in the house. Draven Arrow is here as well. Yeah, we got some of the usual suspects climbing on in here. AP Cool J, middle-aged game guy. Man, we have got some fantastic fucking peeps in this chat already. And spread the word, guys. Spread it like a disease. Only hopefully you don't think it was that way. But anyway, we've got some hot topics to get into. Let's start out, and I'm going to go with my co-host, Miss Primal Eve. Primal, since last week, what the fuck have you been up to? What kind of games have you been playing? What's keeping you busy?
I finally started getting into Far Cry. I'm so behindly on it. I played,
what Far Cry? Which one?
Well, I played Far Cry Primal was actually my first one that I had played. That was towards the end of last year, and now I'm working on 4 right now. It's just one of those things like, I don't know. I just keep going, and I don't realize that I'm going, and I was probably up way too late last night trying to go. So it's just something different. I needed a break from my usual turn-based RPG. I'm sure I'll be right back to it here soon. As far as that, no, I'm trying to clear out the backlog. Oh man,
you want one of those backlogs? Huh?
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I'm just trying to pick at things here and there. I can't afford to buy any new games, so I might as well just play everything that I got now.
The backlog never goes away.
No, it doesn't.
Never. No. I just added to mine. I'll get to that in a second. Let's give a shout out to some more people in the chat. Mr. Sig Larson, -14, he says, in southern Alberta. Well, it's a lot colder in the northern side, let me tell you. Sig, thanks for showing up. Michael Monkey Punch Lugo is here. There we go. Middle-aged game guy, man, or Dead Meat, as I know him, over on the Xbox side of things. Guys, thank you so much. Yes, where to fit it in, Innate. Absolutely. So when he's not doing gaming beyond the box, this man is gaming on the box. Wilmy, what are you gaming with these days? What's keeping you busy when you aren't, doing the chores, brother?
Well, I have gotten into Odyssey, and I put the game off for a very long time. And I'm to the point now, I've got like 85 or 90 hours into it. And I'm to that point where I'm just like, okay, this shit's got to end at some point. But I think I hit like level 70 yesterday. And there is still more DLC to play through. I've enjoyed it, but I'm to that point where I'm like, yeah, I just want the end of the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
mean,
if
the
that's a
game is
good thing or a
huge.
bad thing when you get to that point where you're like you rushing the game. I played lots of those games sometimes, and you're just like, it's time for this game to be over. You're really enjoying it, but at the same time, it's kind of like it starts to become a trudge, you know?
I had that same issue with Days Gone,
I
because
can
I
totally
kept,
see what Days Gone.
yeah, because I was like, is he really going to find his wife or what? Because I'm getting tired of, riding all over these new places. But,
Absolutely.
and like I said, man, Odyssey, I don't know. I'm on a mission. I will finish that game.
Yeah, no,
I beat
it
the
is
main campaign and one pack of DLC, but now I'm stuck on the whole Atlantis thing, and it just keeps like fucking going.
Monkey Punch says he played 180 hours. Great game. Yeah, I'm playing it too. I still haven't beaten it. The game is good, and it is just there's so many side quests, so many things. It's just crazy. But that's a topic in itself. Some of these days about the length of games and is it necessary and stuff like that. Kudos to the devs, but at the same time, sometimes you got to wonder if like they do it so to keep you hanging around the game universe longer because the statistics don't lie, and a lot of these notoriously long games people don't technically finish, and that I don't think that's a great thing. So,
And see, I've got OCD. I've got to finish it. I just can't help myself. It has to be completed.
well, that's a good thing. I hate incomplete games in the backlog.
And like I said, man, I completed the campaign and I completed the first DLC. So now I'm going back through all of Atlantis, and it just keeps fucking coming. And the poor guy's lived through so much shit already. I mean, damn, what else can you possibly do to him at this point?
Absolutely. Speaking of things coming, Primal Eve, you got some love in the chat there. AP Cool J says he loves you, Primal.
Oh man.
Yeah, apparently, guys, after last week's show too, Primal had a few offers up. Primal, if you want to elaborate on that, but that was quite funny.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I'm playing Final Fantasy X. I'm playing Blitzball, a sports game, and all of a sudden I just get bloop. Hey Primal, how about that porn? Bloop. Hey Primal, do you feel like making your dream come true? Bloop. I'm like, what is this?
What?
I appreciate it. No, that's great.
Yeah.
I at one point in my life, I did want to make a porn. Do I still want to? Not publicly. So yeah, no, if whoever my significant other ends up being, sure, we could do something privately, but I am not just giving freebie porns to anybody. I apologize to everyone.
There you go. You've got to be a special kind of dick to make
Right?
it as a prick in Primal
Suit and
Eve's
tie.
suit and tie. That's right.
Yes.
Show up and look good, smell good, feel good, all that stuff. You look like a dirt bag. You ain't getting the rags. So there you go. Shane Tomlin, what's happening? I know Shane can't stay long, but have a good night, Shane. Thanks for even popping by even for a few minutes, brother. We appreciate it. Stadium Gaming, thanks for stopping by and checking out the podcast. Let's get into our first topic of the night, and it's one that's obviously blown up over the past pretty much, I guess today, I suppose, is it came out. No surprise to people. It's probably in the headline somewhere here as well or in my description. Apparently, according to sources, I think, Wilmy, you shared this one with me earlier, that Sony is not planning to attend E3
The
2020.
fucking reptilians, dude. The reptilians did this shit.
Yep. Crazy Greg dude, stick figure. So I will start with our guest first on this. Wilmy, it needs no description. We just summed it up. But what the hell is your take on it? Why do you even think this is happening? And just give us your whole take on it. And do you think this is a good look or a bad look for Sony? I can't see it being a good thing, but I want to hear what you're going to say.
Well, I was really looking forward to seeing them at E3. I mean, I've already got my motel booked. I was ready to go. I was looking forward to seeing Xbox and Sony at E3 because this is my first E3. And it is not cheap by any means to attend this fucking event. So I really wanted to see them. And I mean, you can look at it two different ways. Did they really think they don't need E3 anymore? Because according to Sony fanboys, they don't. Because now all of a sudden E3 is garbage. Nobody goes. You had the guy from Kotaku or whatever his name is, Jason, saying, well, E3 was half empty last year, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I'm here to tell you, dude, they didn't lower the price of the motels.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I mean, you could look at it like, Sony's going to do their own thing now. Or you can look at it and say, well, maybe Sony's just not ready.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of
What the fuck is going on here? I have no idea.
Somebody hit the play button on something. I was going to say, what the heck?
Like, wait a second, did we just rewind?
Everyone. Hey, we got Salty's Game and Irrelevant Natives in the house. What is happening, guys? Chase Jones is here as well. Who else? We got Stick Figures in the house. HR Bomber is here. I don't know if he brought his sister in tow, but he's here. So that's Matthew Roy Couture.
If Bomber's here, his sister is somewhere close by.
HR Bomber is over on Gaming Beyond the Box with Wilmy Hood, guys. The two news. Sorry to cut you off, man. Go back to it. Just yeah, like I said, you're going. This has got to be a major disappointment. It got to be a major disappointment for everybody, whether you're a Sony fan or not.
It is. I was really looking forward to seeing it, and that's I thought this year would be a huge year to go to E3. So I mean, now I get to go and not see Sony, but there are rumors that they may show the console sometime in February, and they're going to do all these other events. And I mean, it really depends, man, on which side you want a fanboy for.
Right.
I mean, you can be the Sony fanboy and you can say, well, they don't need E3. E3's garbage. They're in the lead for sales, blah, blah, blah. Or you can be the Xbox fanboy and say, well, they're just scared because they already know the Series X has got them beat. So, I mean, it really depends on what side of the fence you want to climb on with this conversation.
Nothing kills an industry giant faster than an arrogant attitude. Let me tell you, it's happened with Nintendo. It's happened with Sega. It's happened with them all, baby. And it's going to happen with Sony if they don't smarten the fuck up just because they think they got the console sales lead and they've had some bangers. Things can go downhill in a real fucking hurry if they treat their fans as second-class citizens and think that things don't matter just because for whatever reason. But I'll get into my opinions in a sec. Any more takes on the matter, Wilmy, on that, or we'll hand it over to Primal?
Well, there's one other way to look at it too. The real hardcore are the ones that are saying they don't need E3.
Right.
And I've said this before. There's a lot of people in the world that are not on podcasts. You don't hear their opinions. Yes. They voice it when they go to buy a product. It's that silent majority that's going, to determine everything. So, I mean, you got the fanboys that will sit and say, oh, well, they're going to buy it, blah, blah, blah. But if the silent majority doesn't purchase it because they're not liking the way Sony's doing things, that'll remain to be seen. So, I don't know, man. We just have to see how it turns out at the end of the year.
Yeah, but at this point in time, too, you kind of wonder if they're ever coming back to E3 or if this is just, bow out right now because things maybe are a little bit slow. It's just that sort of thing. So I don't know. Like I don't want to see E3 as a whole become a secondary afterthought because once one giant stops going, then other people go. It's a trickle down effect and all that sort of shit, And it's not the be all end all. It's not like the world is going to end. Those games are going to keep coming out, but I still think it's very disappointing. Eve, weigh in on this.
I'm gonna try and be positive about it. I think that Sony is more of like they're a grower, not a shower type thing. So it's like they're not able to. Like
I'm not going anywhere else with that one. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like they see it as they don't have a reason to show anything right now because maybe they aren't prepared to show everything right now, and they are getting their feet completely grounded before they do anything. Especially with the way people are with showing anything. And how many people criticize everything. You might as well do it when you're fully prepared. I'm not really worried about Sony. I'm sure they're going to do just fine. It does suck for just like the Sony fanboys because they can't see much, but E3 is still going to be successful. It's not the Microsoft show. It's all about gaming. So it's really not going to change that much of a difference if one company isn't there. That's how I say it. And I think Sony is just going to be fine. Kind of like Rockstar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How often does Rockstar show up? Never. Right. Do they have to? No. They're one of the most successful companies there. So I think it's fine. It does suck, but I don't think they're going to lose much out of it.
Yo, what's going on, Centurion? Thanks for stopping by. We got Avish in the chat as well. Crispy Bama's here. Shinsaya is in the house as well. Salty's Gaming is here, brother. What's going on, bro? Yes, he says, PlayStation's going to be just fine. He's not wrong. I'm sure they will. Like, Sony's going to sell like gangbusters again next generation. People are already lining up and chomping at the bit to get their hands on the PlayStation 5. But regardless, it's not just bad for fans or fanboys. It's just it's just not good for gaming. Like, it's the biggest stage of the year. We always referred to it for years as E3 is the Christmas of gaming, right? It's when the biggest and brightest come to play. It's where it's for your fans, it's for your stockbrokers, it's for retail sales giants to see what the biggest stuff is, and it's the chance to build hype for your brand. You know what I mean? That's how a lot of people stay relevant, is just to constantly be out there, be in your face, that sort of stuff. And Microsoft definitely plays a lot of fans. So I know these events can be very expensive for these companies, and it takes years of preparation. I mean, the moment you end one E3, you're already prepping for the next one. Microsoft will tell you that. And to some degree, it is a little bit of a who's got a bigger dick competition. It is. We always hear that right after E3. What all podcasters spend the whole fucking first week doing? Who won E3? Well, there is no fucking winning E3. It's not a game. It's not a game decided by goals and margins and whatever else. But who wins E3? Gamers win at E3. When everybody shows up and at least puts something out there. If you know you're not going to have your biggest E3, okay, so what? Just come out and admit it. Just say, you know what, guys, we got some stuff in the pipeline. We're not ready to show it yet. We're going to show you what we got. We're going to hype you up for those sorts of things, and at least we'll be on the stage where a presence. When you don't show for anything, it's like, I don't know what's worse if you look at the UFC or something. What's worse, a fighter that shows up at least to the fight and maybe gets knocked out early, but at least he came to play, or the one that just backs out and doesn't show up at all? I don't know which one is worse.
I would rather see they get his ass kicked. Yeah.
I mean, look, Sony is killing it in sales. They've had the bigger games for the last few years. We're not stupid. We know that. Most of us own them and play them, and that's great. But Microsoft has been killing it at the show level, right? We know shit's still a ways up, but we also know that Microsoft is on the cusp of showing some very big fucking games, and they just, like I said, blew the socks off the world with their Series X announcement at friggin' the Game Awards. Nobody expected that, which means now the pressure is off to a sense, because now they can really focus on those games come E3, that sort of stuff. So I just think it's bad for gamers. It's not a good look. And again, and I don't know how all of a sudden, because, you want to fit the narrative in, it doesn't matter anymore that they don't show. It does fucking matter. Look, if you're even if you're the biggest Sony fan, you're going to sit there and tell me that you are not disappointed. I call bullshit on you.
You have to fit that narrative, Noof, remember?
So this whole generation has become. It's about fitting the narrative. If it doesn't align with your way of thinking or your fucking opinion, it's wrong, and you might as well shut your pie hole, right? Damage control. Yes, Philly says it in the chat, because that's all you hear, damage control. I'm a Sony fan. I like Microsoft better. Everybody knows that. Probably the panel's the same way. I think a lot of us play more on our Xbox, and probably most of the people in the chat. But I don't think there's anybody in the chat who can say they're not disappointed either. Bottom, especially this year, knowing that they have a new console. I think because they missed last year, many of us were almost automatically expecting they'd be here this year. Am I kind of correct?
That's kind of what we thought. There was a lot of YouTubers saying, bank on it. They will be there this year, pulling out, what was the quote? They will come out with barrels blazing this year.
Absolutely.
So, somebody took how do you say it in podcast speak? Somebody took an L.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I can't stand is I can't stand arrogance, and I can't stand it when fans just chomp into the bit and they just buy stuff nonchalantly just because. Do you know what I mean? Like, people ditched Xbox pretty quickly for a couple of fucking mishaps back in 2013. How quickly they jumped ship and went to the other console. Like that stuff bugs me. But at the end of the day, look, as long as they're both bringing out good games, as long as nobody's folding. I mean, Nintendo still plays a picture in there too. I suppose they're going to be at the show. I expect EA and those people will be back fairly big this year. I don't know. But let's give a shout out to the chat again. If I missed anybody here right now, who rolled in here? Alan Savage is here. What's going on, Alan? Thanks for stopping by my stream earlier. Supersonic Station is here. We've got RG Viper X. What's going on, RG? Ron Hale is in the chat here as well. Like I said, guys, if I've missed anybody in the chat, make sure that you just you missed me, Noof. I'll try to give you a shout out here, guys, because we do appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah. Any more final thoughts from anyone on the panel list? I don't want to drag this on too long. Wilmy's probably gonna fucking hear about this all along, and he's probably gonna be on his podcast on Wednesday as well. So
no, actually, you know what I've got planned for Wednesday? It should be interesting.
Oh, I can't wait. I wish I was going to be there, but unfortunately, yeah, duty calls. I can't make it that night. I'm going to be away. So, alrighty. Well, let's. Well, you're going to touch on it a bit here, Wilmy, but save some of your good material for Wednesday, brother. This is going to be a fun topic, guys. Bossy one, how you doing, brother? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. So we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to the hearts of many. It's actually one of the most dreaded topics ever. It's also one of the most fun to talk about, and many of us are guilty of being this at least one time or another. I'm going to put my hand up on it. I'm going to get Primal to start off on this topic as well. We are talking about fanboys, and there's several types of fanboys. Let me just get that out of the way. Basically, you've got your fanboys, people that really love a brand. They get behind the products, they buy everything, they play lots of games, and many of them will have multiple consoles. Mm-hmm. Then you have the very narrow-minded fanboy, the toxic style that they only hear what they want to hear. They only fill the narratives they want to run. They only portray their podcasts in one way constantly. That's always negative about anything that isn't for the brand that they prefer, whether it's Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. They're very ignorant. They're very, very biased. Like I said, they don't hear anything. They don't hear logic. They just spew at the mouth, thinking that stupidity is fact. Oh man, yeah, we know a lot of them. And like I said, look, I'll be guilty. I've said some stupid shit in my day.
I've ran across a couple.
Yeah, Wilmy certainly ran across a couple. I'm pretty sure anybody who's podcasted and hosts a podcast has had more than their fair share, especially in their chats. But Eve, what do you think about fanboys? And most importantly, who would you say has the worst ones out of all of them? Would you call it PC crowd, Nintendo, Microsoft, PlayStation, that sort of thing? Take it away on the fanboys. I'm sure you got a rant coming.
I don't like the whole thing. Just boggles my mind because growing up, I still don't look I don't look at these consoles any differently than I do today. Each one offers you something completely different. Why are they battling each other out? So it absolutely drives me nuts when people start spewing these imaginary facts, and when they run out of facts, they start doing personal attacks. I'm not trying to rhyme, I swear. Every time I open up Twitter, it's always something. There's always one little thing, and it always drives me nuts. And I said this way back on the game dosage, is that, it's like arguing whose blue is better than the other person's blue. It makes absolutely no fucking sense to me whatsoever. Now, I can't say who's worse, because right when I say like Sony's worse, I see then fucking Xbox being worse or Microsoft being worse, and then they're just both at it. Nintendo's kind of just chilling. They're all Mario Karting, and having their fun. Like, yay, this is fun. Like it's chill. Like, I'm glad all the like majority of the Nintendo fans are just hanging out, chilling, and that's great. Nintendo has some special magical like bubble around them, be it console sales or fans. Like, they're in this whole other league. So it just drives me nuts because I do own both consoles. Yes, I am on Xbox more than the PlayStation, mostly because my friends are there too, and it's just where a majority of my games are. But I still love Sony as well because they offer games that I cannot get on the Xbox. I love my JRPGs. I know that's what I'm going to look towards for them, not necessarily Xbox, even though they are working on it. So it drives me nuts. The line that gets crossed is like once they run out of whatever imaginary facts they pull out of the press, they start attacking people. If somebody says, I love Xbox, right, if someone said that right now, they'd have like 236 comments, fucking 800 tweets, and then people just fucking bitching because somebody enjoys one thing over another. Who the fuck cares? I don't give a fuck what you do. You could be jerking off on your Xbox. That's great. That's on your own time.
Actually, that's on the PlayStation Vita.
Well, we do know that PlayStation has the highest user base for Pornhub or something due to statistics. So
yes, it does.
I saw that. That is hilarious. But no, I just who the hell cares what somebody else enjoys? Me personally, it's all about the games. I don't care what it is I have to play it on. I'm gonna play on it. It really doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. If you enjoy your console, that's great. I'm not going to go and start attacking you whatsoever. I'm not going to be like, no, you suck. You smell like cheese. It's absolutely fucking dumb. I don't understand it. this is one of the things that irritates me being on Twitter. You know, it's just a bunch of bullshit. That's why I try and stay out of it. You don't see these console wars. Fuck that. I'll be playing my games while you guys bitch.
Ron Hales in the chat says my Johnson is better than yours, Noof Nukem. Well, I won't disagree with that. If you're looking at my Johnson, you're probably on Turtle Time. So there you go. Let me tell you, I wish it was hanging down my leg, but most days I'm lucky if it's hanging anywhere. There you go, just hanging up my pants. Eve likes all joysticks. Ashtray Gaming is in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in the chat here. Easy money, Switch equals portable porn. HR Bomber's got so far we had a few obviously saying the PC side of things. I'll get to my opinions on everything in a sec. But where is the super chat? Shinsaya says, I'm not sure where the hell that is yet. I think it's still everything's going through the approval processes with YouTube, but it should happen here eventually. So hang on to your horses, and yeah, we'll get there eventually. But if you do go to my main channel, I do have the the PayPal shit. If anybody was it Noof is hung like Johnny Holmes? No, I'm hung lower like an Ewok, I'm pretty sure. Wilmy might be hung like Chewbacca for all I know, but I'm but okay. You people are real. I love that.
We'll leave that out of the conversation.
There you go. There you go. No dick talking. We are talking about dicks of another kind. They're called fanboys, the extremists. Let's get your take on it there, Wilmy. Like I said, you see all different types.
Well, and the bad part is I'm mainly a PC gamer, but you know, for me, it's my PC, which everybody knows. I'm heavily into my PC gaming, and then it's Xbox, and then PlayStation, and Nintendo. I have 5 Xbox One X's in my house. I have 3 PS4 Pros and 2 gaming PCs, and then we have 3 Nintendo Switches. But I don't know which one's actually worse. Because a lot of podcasts, you know, if we do Gaming Beyond the Box and we talk about, you know, anything about Xbox, overnight, I will get a lot of messages on Twitter telling, and it's like Primal said, you know, people will start to attack you. It's kind of funny because I've been doing these podcasts for going on a year. And I'm Southern. There's no denying that. I've never denied it.
Oh, yeah.
I actually had a dude that messaged me 2 weeks ago telling me, you need to cut out that fake fucking Southern accent. You're an asshole, man. You're just doing it to make yourself sound different from other podcasters. And I was like, well, that's a new take on it. Cause you know, like I said earlier, if I was going to fake an accent, it would be British or Australian. I sure as fuck wouldn't have picked Southern. And innate, that's where I'm from, is actually North Carolina. I'm in Curie Beach, North Carolina, to be exact. But the funny thing is I see it a lot more. I was on a show over the weekend, and there was a guy on there, man. He was all in his emotions over PlayStation. I don't understand why. And it's like I said there, you know, the very moment Microsoft started sending me checks or Sony started sending me checks, you will see Gaming Beyond the Box completely fucking change. I will have their banners all over the channel. But that's not going to happen because these companies don't give a single fuck that you're screaming all over YouTube and on Twitter about their console.
Nope.
And the thing is, it's like Viper said, he beat me to it. These people have no life and they have nothing else outside of gaming. That's it. Their whole life is on fucking Twitter and on YouTube. And they have to have something to give them an identity. And that is it. And at the end of the day, in the real world, it doesn't mean jack shit. You know, these guys get up at like fucking 7 a.m. They kick their dog or their cat or whatever, and they go straight onto Twitter, and it's fanboy shit all fucking day.
That's so crazy.
And they don't stop. You know, I get them all the time on Twitter. You know, it's funny because some of the messages I get, evidently they don't listen to our podcast. You know, I'm into VR. I'm into PC, PlayStation. All you got to do is just look at my Twitter feed. I post pics from all of them.
Right. Yeah.
But that's if you say one positive thing about an Xbox, like Primal said, you will have tons of people talking trash to you. And I had one guy actually I think Super was, I had actually sent it to him. This was a few months ago. I had a guy, we were talking about VR on my podcast one night. And I had a dude messaging me the next day talking about how stupid I was and I was wasting my money and I could use that money to feed my kids. Okay, number one, okay, I'm Wilmy Hood, fuckers. Okay, that VR is a drop in the bucket. I have 3 of them. Okay, don't tell me how to spend my money, and my fucking kids are grown.
Dude, you gave away more VR headsets during the holidays than most of the shitheads complaining will ever have.
I gave away 5 VRs just at Christmas.
He's not kidding, folks.
And you know, it's just funny to me. And like, my kids are grown. I'm going to have my first grandson in July. Don't message me and tell me how to live my fucking life over something you don't like. And that's the problem. You cannot have an opinion on social media, because if your opinion differs from one other person's, automatically you are the stupid one.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking stupid. And honestly, and I'm going to say it, and I'll wait for the damn messages to hit my Twitter feed. Mostly it's the PlayStation crowd.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do have people, you know, if I say something bad about Xbox, because you guys see the tweets I put up, you know, for my podcast, I don't get that type of hate. But if I say something bad about a PlayStation, holy fuck, dude, this shit is on fire at that point. And and like Saturday night, I've never been on a podcast where I've actually had to take my headset off and sit it across my office. But we had this dude, man, he was all up in his feels. You know, he was screaming and yelling, and it was just fucking ridiculous, and all over a fucking console.
Yeah.
That doesn't know you exist. And I asked him on the show, I'm like, why are you so fucking emotional? I'm not emotional. You know, and he's fucking screaming and yelling, and there's people in the chat bitching, you know, you're saying, hey, dude, just calm down.
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy. I've never had a podcast that I've actually had to jump off and take Tylenol. But it's just weird to me, man. They get all in these fields over consoles that don't give a fuck about them. You're a dollar sign. You are so insignificant to these companies. We're like a grain of sand in the universe to them. They want money. That's what they're all about. Is money.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, the day one of these companies starts sending me checks or depositing money in my account, then it might be different. But you know, none of these fuckers are getting paid. And some of the YouTubers are the worst, because they sit and just stretch shit, or they take little bits and clips, like the like when Mike Ybarra made that comment last week. You had all these so-called journalists posting this all over the place, making articles of it.
Yeah.
And that's not even what he said. You took what he said and took it out of context, and all day long, dude, that's all I saw on Twitter.
Indeed. Yeah.
It blows my mind. Why does it care? Why does it matter to me or Noof or Primal what you play? I don't give two fucks.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, like I said, guys, Wilmy's, make sure you check out Gaming Beyond the Box Wednesday night, because Wilmy and the panel, they're going to be weighing in us on a different, well, they're going to be weighing back on this topic, but I'm sure we're going to hear another level from Wilmy on Wednesday night, so I don't want to get him too riled up. I'm just going to say, look, they're all bad. It really depends on which side of the coin you go for and which day you're on, because I've seen them, you know, being a multi-console gamer, and like me, if you look at my timeline, you'll notice that I'm not strictly Xbox everything. You know, if you look at my likes, I like PlayStation stuff. I share PlayStation stuff. I like the PC. I don't bother with. Okay, like I don't hate PC. I don't have any animosity toward. I just never got into PC gaming, but I don't really talk shit about it. Like, I get it. If you have the money and the knowledge and the wherewithal for PC gaming, it's a fantastic platform to have. It might be the best in many ways, but again, you have to have the knowledge, the know-how, and the resources to properly do PC gaming. I will say I think PC gaming is sort of the worst in the sense that a lot of it's a small portion. The ones who, you know, have the big elitist rigs, they have to make sure that they know that, you know, they're swinging the biggest dick in the house. And every time there's a narrative with power, guaranteed, even though you're talking consoles all day, somebody who is a very PC focused player a lot of times will jump in and, you know, I got an RX fucking 2080, blah, 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 and there's this, that, and something else. And, you know, okay, so you've got a fucking, you know, $1,000 graphics card and you're still trying to, you know, shit on a fucking $600 console. Well, You know what I mean? Let's give a shout out to the chat before I get too fucking far into this. Invader Gaming is here, man. What's happening, Invader? Thanks for stopping by. I know we had some people here. CSS Freelance, thanks for stopping in, checking out the show. Greatly appreciated. Mr. Kima, how you doing? Philly Eagle is here. That sort of thing. But like I said, it really depends because I've been on all sides of the fence where you get attacked by different people. But the one, like everybody is a fanboy to some degree. We all have a preference. Everything in life, we have a preference. We have our preference in movies. We have our preference in vehicles. We have our preference in women. Everybody has a fucking preference, right? So you got to get over the fact that everybody has a preference. And obviously, when you have a preference, you're going to lean that way. Every podcast I'm on with every YouTuber I've been on, everybody seems to have a preference, and I'm okay with that. That is fine. But it's when you're talking like when instead of spilling the facts and the details, it's just constant rhetoric and it's just bullshit. You're spinning it the way you want to spin it. Like there's some Sony guys, for example, who just cannot bring themselves to ever admit Microsoft has done anything good or is ever going to. Everything is wrong, right?
Oh, they're evil.
Evil and fucking wrong. They come out of the woodwork and it's always just constant shit. You'll see it a lot of times. You go down to the YouTube videos and you go to the chats afterwards, you'll see some of the most toxic shit you will fucking ever see in your life. It's unbelievable, right? It's just crazy. But the worst ones, again, are the ones I said who just spin their own narrative constantly. They never admit, okay, you know what? I don't really like Xbox a whole lot, but I think fucking Gears of War 5 is a fantastic game, and I wish I had an Xbox to play it. I don't see a lot of that. I just hear, Gears is fucking trash. Gears is washed up. Gears, blah, 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 and that's all you fucking hear. It's just mumble, 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 and then they're just attacking with stupid shit. And then it's the worst ones that fucking, like, the ones that create sock accounts. And I can usually tell right away because see everybody in the chat. I'm watching the chat right now. Most people in here have an avatar, right? They have an avatar, so I know you're pretty much legit. You guys have been around the block. You've been part of YouTube. Well, with exception Alan Savage, or I know Alan. Alan's a good dude. He's using one of those generic avatars in here in the chat. But generally, when you see those ones in the chat, I'm not talking about Alan, but there's ones who show up in the chat and they have that generic fucking pink or blue avatar, just like a fucking blank figure, dude. Then basically those are the ones you watch out for because those guys just generally create fucking accounts just so they can come to your YouTube channel to spill the beans on how their platform is the fucking be all end all and you might as well go kill yourself. And you've had people say that. Go fucking kill yourself.
Actually, I saw that last week.
Yeah.
Somebody had told another person, I'm not going to name names, that they should get a casket and just go ahead and bury themselves. And I'm like, all this over
I saw something similar. Yeah, I'm like, why do you have to go that far? Like, did I really hurt you that bad that you wish that upon me?
I think it does. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it didn't. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Just everything. Be happy you've got them.
Yeah, the people that go out of their way to dox people, these people that threaten your families, that is another level. That's not even fanboys, and that's another level of insanity. You need to get yourself fucking checked at the clink, my friend, because we're talking video games. Video games is supposed to be a fun medium. It's supposed to be one of those things that releases us from our worldly tensions, and God knows the world right now is in some sense of fucking disarray. There's shit happening all over, fucking bombs dropping, volcanoes going off, fucking cold snaps getting ready to freeze our fucking balls off, you name it. The world is going through like one hell of a period right now, let me tell you. You know, Shannon Lovely, what's going on? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Failed Pyromancer's in the chat. What's going on, Failed? Appreciate you being here, brother. Yeah, like we all get those threats. And like I said, it doesn't matter which side. If you're a PlayStation guy, you probably had it from some dipshit Xbox dude, and vice versa. And the Nintendo ones, man, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about them. And I'm gonna come out and say it. The Nintendo ones and the anime fans are the fucking weirdest ones ever. I'm gonna get death threats from the anime shit right now. I can tell you that already. But they're some of the most bizarre ones ever because the littlest shit sets them off. They're like in this other world of their own fucking thing. I've never seen. Like I said a couple things. I remember one. What was it? I think it was last year. I was following this, and it was she's an anime fan, but she's a cosplayer as well. And all I said was something like, I commented, and it was you know my jokes, right? A little bit of a dirty type of thing. And fuck, I had. Not only did she quickly block me, but then I had like a slew of her fucking fans attack me and fucking say some really rude shit just over a stupid joke. I even apologized. I said it was a joke. It wasn't meant to be fucking offensive. If you did, I'm apologizing for it. But I couldn't believe it over something so simple. turned into fucking something stupid. And this is the kind of shit that I'm fucking talking about. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's immature. Philly says it's human nature. No, it happens to the best. I'm not going to go on too much of a tangent here. Like I said, everybody's going to have their perspective on this. Failed Pyramids, the anime pedo guys are too much. Like I said, man, I'm not going to say more than they have the most fickle and weirdest fan base. Not all of them, but there are some that take it to a fucking level of weirdness I've never seen in my fucking life. And like I said, Nintendo Switch is another fucking anomaly. How Nintendo gets away with the shit they do is beyond me, because they keep fucking doing the most weird shit in the industry. They go buck the trend every fucking time, and they're still like daddy's fucking favorite. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I loved Mario back in the day, but I'm fucking 43 years old, and that shit's wearing old on me now. I'm not about plumbers and pipes. I want to plumb some fucking pipes. You know what I mean? Let's go.
But you know what's even worse, and I don't even think I didn't mention it earlier. If you're a PC gamer, do not mention to other PC gamers that you bought your computer built.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell them you had your PC built for you.
Crash.
I posted pictures when my Origin was delivered, and I had like 200 people messaging me going, you got fucked. You could have built that computer. You could have built that computer yourself for $1,400. Bitch, you don't even know what's inside this computer.
Yeah.
My graphics card is more than $1,400. But, and it's funny because PC gamers are that way towards each other.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man, because that's why I don't post. People ask me all the time, why don't you post pictures of your PC? Yeah. I do, but every time I do, I get hate on it.
Yeah.
So
no, that's a crazy, because it's always about power. It's like you don't really see PC gamers kind of going, oh well, we got this game, or it's never really about the software. Like 90% of the time, it's always about your graphics card and your sound chip and all this other stuff that I honestly like. I know enough about it, but I just couldn't care less. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like I'm a pretty good techie guy. I'm not completely stupid when you give me like the facts. I know generally what stuff is. I just couldn't really fucking give a rat's ass. When I bring my console home, I often don't really sit there and think, my God, how many teraflops or how many fucking megahertz is this shit running? I just want to know that when I turn the fucking thing on, that stuff runs the way it was intended to run. And if it don't, then that might be an issue. But other than that, you know what I mean?
And right. So that's like me. I don't know how to build a PC, so I didn't even want to try to build a PC.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Dealer, and me and Dealer talked, and I talked to a couple other people, and Dealer says, hey, man, check out Origin PC. They custom build them, blah, blah, blah. While I was talking to Dealer, I was on their website, and I was like, hey, this is an idea, because I don't know the first thing about it. Now, give me a vehicle, I can take that bitch apart and put it back together, but a computer, fuck that. I have no clue. So... I mean, that's why I had them build it. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But like I said, like there's bad seed fanboys in every group. There is no question about that. So we're gonna leave that topic here. We're gonna move on to the next one. And again, I'll jump back to Primal Eve. Is gonna start this one off. Just talk about, and I don't want this one to drag on too long, but which game publisher has been your favorite and worst over the past decade? We are on a new decade right now, and that's a pretty tough question, but which publisher would you say has been your biggest surprise, one that you gravitate to? Go ahead with that, Primal.
See, this is difficult because there's so fucking many now and then a lot of them had their failures and a lot of them had their wins. And like over the past 10 years, I had such a hard time doing this, Noof. So actually, if you want to skip me for a second while I go through my list.
Yeah, what's going on, Sathius? He's calling me a wanker. Yes, I'm a wanker. Feel good with my VHS, indeed. Yeah, that's what the Xbox One kind of looked like when it first came up, the old VHS machine. See your previous post about the Halo Anime Heaven. Yes, if it was about Halo, yes, indeed, man. And that is a fucking fantastic offer. Yeah, the guy is offering to buy me Halo, the new Halo Infinite when it comes out if I buy the new Xbox Series X. That's pretty sweet, man. That's awesome stuff. But Wilmy, I guess we'll turn this one over to you while Primal Eve sits there and vibrates on that one. So how about you, man? Which has been your favorite publisher?
I'm gonna say Ubi.
Okay, good call.
I mean, they gave us Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed. I mean, it's got to be Ubisoft for me.
Pretty cool. What's your favorite Ubisoft franchise right now?
I'm probably going to say Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Okay, fair enough.
But I have played my share of Rainbow Six, and I mean, I buy almost every Ubi game. I'm not gonna lie about it, but yeah, definitely, I spend a lot of time on Assassin's Creed.
Cool. Well, I like your pick. I'm gonna have to go with Anime Heaven's pick in the chat. He says Square Enix. And I'm going to tell you, for me, Ubisoft has been one of the biggest comeback publishers in gaming, I think, because there for a while they were really in a downward trend, but they seem to have bounced back quite well. So I'll give them that. With the same time, Ubisoft is also one of my least favorite right now because they keep fucking changing their games to the point where they don't even feel like the games I love. Ghost Recon feels nothing like Ghost Recon anymore to me personally. I found that new Rainbow Six didn't feel like anything like the Vegas series before it. Fucking Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed in name only, to be honest with you now. Like, the games are so far from like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, I don't even know where to start on those anymore. Like, they're still good games in their own right. I just don't feel like they're Assassin's Creed games at heart. But that's just me. And like I said, I could go on and on and on. It's Ubisoft is doing some weird shit with some of their games. I'm not a big fan. Breakpoint was terrible. Wilmy's saying, and I got to agree, Wilmy, I was excited for it. I wanted to give it a chance. You picked me up the game, and I thank you for that. But I have no regrets. I turned it in. I think I bought the fuck did I buy? I bought something else with it. I forget. I think it was Call of Duty, actually. I just
you got Call of Duty.
Yeah, got Call of Duty for it. Bought Death Stranding, was highly disappointed in that. Turned that in and bought Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. No regrets. But my favorite, guys, not to get too far off topic here, is Square Enix. And obviously, the reason I'm going to pick Square Enix because they've had some of the biggest releases over the gen. They've been less controversial than most other companies. They basically delivered on a lot of. They've got a lot of great franchises, whether it's Deus Ex or the Kingdom Hearts series, that sort of stuff. But for me, it's simply because they made three of the best games of the generation, in my opinion, and my game of the generation comes from them, and that is, and this as a publisher, that would be Rise of the Tomb Raider. Fucking love that game. Call of Duty, that sounds like a fun game to play. So Square Enix for me, simply because of the Tomb Raider franchise, which are off the fucking hook. I love them, man. This shit was awesome. Failed Pyromancer, Final Fantasy 15 was amazingly beat it with all the DLC. Good shit, man. Good shit. Mega Bad Seed is here. What's going on, brother? Anime Heavens is The Life of Strange Age. Yeah, they're published by Square Enix as well, and stuff. So yeah, so that's mine. Primal, back to you.
Okay, so see, I was going to do Square Enix too, and then I thought like real long and hard about it. And I thought about how I enjoy Squaresoft still more before they turned into Square Enix. So that was like a back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of my top ones. Obviously, I absolutely love Telltale, even though they're here, but they're not here anymore. It's kind of weird. But like the big boy right now, the one that's filling me up is CD Projekt Red. they're doing it for me, and they keep come back for more, even though there isn't anything out yet. Which this is like, I'm so excited for this year for Cyberpunk. It's such a big deal for me. And then also I do enjoy Ninja Theory is also another surprise because I really enjoyed DMC, and then I also enjoyed Hellblade as well. So there's just like there's a mix of things, but then they can also there's hit and misses like BioWare. they have like they can have so much gold, but I don't know what they're doing. I don't even.
Yeah, you're talking about the studio as opposed to the publisher. That would fall under the EA banner, but I get where you're going.
No, I'm just like EA in general is just kind of like hit or miss, depending on what it is. But for some reason, I just whenever I think of EA, I automatically get disappointed of BioWare, so they're both like 1 and 1 for me. But yeah, it's probably CD Projekt Red. They're probably the ones that I'm mostly jerking off for right now.
Absolutely. Let's get a consensus in the chat here, since we're talking about CD Projekt Red. They publish their own games, which is kind of cool. So they have full control on their shit. But how many people in the chat are planning to buy Cyberpunk? I'm really curious because I know the hype is unreal right now for this game. Are you okay? So if you're buying Cyberpunk, I want to see a 1 in the chat. If it's a hell no, or even a maybe, just put 2. I want to hear it from y'all in the chat. So 1's if you're getting Cyberpunk, and 2 if it can piss off. Well, I want to hear from you. Holy shit, Wilmy Hood's getting it like 6
YouTube
times.
told me I was sending too many messages.
Yeah, Wilmy's going to buy it so many times. He's going to buy half the people a copy, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, Wilmy, I'll totally win one off of you if you want to.
She'll trade you. She'll trade
we'll
you.
probably have a
for
few
the
of them
game.
we're going to give away.
Huh? Well, why don't you try to give away a copy on the show here? That would be fun. I'll see about doing that.
Oh my God, I won't be showing up to the show. I'd be in the chat.
She sent the fake persona.
Yeah.
Hey, Double Barrel Gaming is Mr. Boomstick in the house. 1977 War Machine is here. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Jay Slayer Jay has shown up. Where you been, Jay? Hanging out in the back room. Crazy Gamer and Chloe in the house. What's going on, Crazy? Hope you're doing well, man. I think you guys just got engaged, if I'm correct. Hope you're doing better, my friend, and congratulations if that news is correct. There you go. So yeah, we got some fine crew up in here. Boomstick's probably just wrapping up his podcast over there. He probably just finished his outros, that guy. Boomstick's a great guy, man. Hopefully you're catching Primetime Gaming. It's right before this podcast starts off. And Boom, I hate to tread on your toes, little man, but we have to get the show going. So I don't like to start until people in, but your show's been getting a little long in the tooth the last little while, so I have to get this one rolling. So, you got married. Well, congratulations on the wedding, my friend. That's big news. And make sure you take care of yourself, dude. No more hospital visits, okay? Stop being bad to your woman, okay? She's looking after you there. So stay off the bike, stay out of the hospitals, all that good stuff. So all right. So it looks like Cyberpunk's going to be a hit. Very few people in this chat right now are saying otherwise. Easy money. What's happening? Okay, let's get into another topic, shall we? Because like I said, I want to wrap this podcast up here in just a few minutes. Well, let's get into a fun one here, and then we'll get to Primal's fucking topic. I was going to talk about the Switch Pro, like I said, but I don't have enough time tonight. Let's talk about a real fun one here. Maybe the best nude sex scenes that you can recall from a video game. And I think it's only fitting that Primal starts this one off. So Primal, can you think of one that kind of made your jaw drop? Well, wow, that was quite interesting.
Well, it all started off with The Sims. Back in the
Sims? They had sex in The Sims?
Oh my God. Well, no, they didn't have sex, but there was shower scenes and pooping scenes that you can actually unblur the blur if you knew the right coding.
Uh-huh.
That was really weird for me as a child. And then, and then I grew up, and I think some of the wowed scenes that I've gotten, boobies are boobies, but seeing alien boobies are a different thing. So definitely, Mass Effect was just like, this is interesting. Blue boobs. So I think that's great. The Witcher is also another one that pops into mind. There's just boobs everywhere. I can't. There was one on the top of my mind where it would go black and you would just hear a bunch of moaning, and I can't remember what game it was, but it always intrigued me to be like, I wonder what they're doing.
Right.
But I love sex scenes, and that's where I'm gonna end it.
Yeah, and if you saw my little picture I posted on Twitter the other night from my little excursion there in The Witcher, that was kind of fun. Hey, it's always bad when the tits in the game look better than the real life version, right?
Yes. Maybe it was false.
Except for those, what do you call it, those water hags in The Witcher? They come out of the water and their fucking tits are hanging out, their fucking knees.
Yeah, she's fucking kicking her tits.
And she's spitting shit at you and stuff. Hey, what was the old joke? How do you know when your tits are saggy? When they get out of bed before you do.
Or they're already on the floor.
If they fill up your shoes.
Yeah, that reminds me of Left 4 Dead with the spitters and their saggy tits and their
yes. And then the hag, the old witches or whatever. Yeah. Xbox Gamer Trev, he says definitely The Witcher. Thanks, Gamer Trev, showing up here, man. Appreciate it. How about you, Wilmy? Anything stick out to you? First time you saw one that kind of went, oh, okay, that was unexpected, or
nobody's probably going to recognize this one, but
he's going back. It was
a PC game called Phantasmagoria.
Phantasma.
Oh my gosh, yes, I know.
And it was Phantasmagoria 2, and there was a code you could type into your PC. Everything in the game went nude. Every person. And this was a live action game. So that made it even stranger. But it was pretty entertaining because you got her and him in the bathroom and a rabbit. I'm not going to go any further. Yeah, there was a rabbit, dude. I have no idea what the rabbit was supposed to be doing, but it was just sitting there watching, and I don't know who keeps a rabbit in their bathroom to begin with. But and Crazy Creek just reminded me of the second one I was going to mention, the hot coffee mod on GTA.
Yeah.
And do you know if you have that game, they will not accept it as a trade-in?
Correct.
Really?
Back in the day when we were taking in trades, there was a specific wording on the disc. We were not allowed to take it in if it was able to get the hot coffee mod.
Really?
Yeah, people were so angry. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Damn. It's only a video game, and back then those graphics weren't all that hot. They might have been in a day, but I don't think
they were pretty bad. But you know, I mean, you got the idea with that hot coffee mod.
Yeah,
totally. Good choices. Well, I like Primals. Like I said, she brought me back to some good scenes and some good memories from Mass Effect, but which would probably be my favorite, some of the love scenes out of that. But one of the ones that was most memorable too had to be, I think, from God of War 3, you know, Kratos. And I think when he gets to Aphrodite's chamber or whatever it is, and you got to kind of play like the little mini game or whatever, that one was kind of fun. And just some of the scenes and
that one.
All that shit. So yeah, there's been a lot over the years. I mean, most of them are pretty nonchalant. They're pretty quick. They're kind of, you know, you see a little bit in this. They're not exactly hardcore per se, but there've been some fucking fun ones out there, that's for sure. So hopefully we'll see a bit more of it, because it's a sign of the industry, you know, maturing and stuff like that. I mean, some people say it's not mature, but I mean, fucking movies have been doing it for years, and games still treat it like it's so taboo. You can blow off 1 million people's heads in a game, but God's sake, show a set of boobs or something, and it's not even a real person. It's not even like, you know what I mean? And people, Free Jack is in the house. What's going on, Free Jack? How you doing? Oh my God, the sex scene in Conker's Bad Fur Day, and the ones with the plant. Was it the bee and the fucking and the big sunflower? That was funny too. Oh man, great shit. Great stuff.
I completely forgot about that one too.
As I say, like a lot of them, like you remember them, and you kind of have people got to bring them back up. So, fun stuff. Well, let's get ready to wrap it up, and we'll wrap this one up based on Primal. Did you have a question for this week for the people in the panel and for the people in the chat? Let's hear it.
All right, so if you guys were trapped in any universe whatsoever, be it movie, game, comic book, whichever, what world would you want to be trapped in?
All right, let's let our guest take the floor on this one. Wilmy. Well, he's trapped in the Twilight Zone. Wilmy. Where'd you go? He got thinking about those sex scenes over there right now. He's just So which world would you like to get trapped in, brother? Comic book, movie, game, any world that strikes your fancy?
I would say probably Assassin's Creed Origins. I've got this thing about Egypt.
Good choice. Cool stuff.
That would be about it. I'm not into comic books and all that, so yeah, I would go with Egypt.
Monkey Punches Lord of the Rings in the chat. Bored Distracted says maybe the Smurf Village. I don't know if I want to be in the Smurf Village. Too much blue sausage in that one, man.
Right.
Hey, Smurfette must have been doing something, dude. Them kids didn't come from nowhere.
Failed Pie Ranch. He's trapped in a loveless marriage universe. It's so bad. Hey, maybe you could take Primal up on that offer. There's making the porn ones there. AP Cool J says Interstellar. HR Bomber says Assassin's Creed universe as well, playing out the assassin stuff. Cool World from Draven Arrow. Crazy Gamer says the MCU. That sort of stuff. Primal, did you pick them?
See, I do this every time I ask a question. I can't fucking answer it because I'm thinking about every single game that I enjoy, and they're all fucking horrible. They're in worlds I don't want to be in because I'll probably die. So I'm just trying to think like, Witcher, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. And then like I'm just Gears of War. No, I'm probably going to die.
You could be in The Sims.
Right, I could be in The Sims, but then I'd probably trap myself in like a little 4x4. Actually, I think I really like HR Bomber's answer, Assassin's Creed, especially when it comes to Odyssey, because everybody fucks each other, and I think that's it just seems everybody's happy. There's no bias or anything. There's no they take what they can get, like a goat. That was really weird.
Yeah, Shannon Lovely says Vin Diesel. I don't know if that's a universe, but go for it, Shannon Lovely. Yes, I guess you like it Fast and Furious, do you? 1977 in the He-Man universe, Master of the Universe. Any Dragon Ball Z game for him. Vegeta for life. Fable would probably be a fun one. I could handle that definitely. Yeah. For myself, I probably would say the Mass Effect series and being in space and stuff and the endless possibilities would definitely be interesting. As much as Gears of War is my favorite franchise, I think if I had to fucking wear that armor and see the shit that they see, like especially those ugly locusts and the hive and all that shit and those fucking pouncers that look like giant vaginas with fucking tentacles, I think I'd be scared shitless, man, if I had to go up against that shit on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. So I think I'll leave that one open. So
makes the cold weather in Canada not look so bad, huh?
Absolutely. Alan Savage says Thundercats. Oh man, this is a crazy way to go, man. Awesome. The cheetah girl was fine. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Imagine me in the Super Mario universe. You're like just constantly getting your woman stolen by fucking Bowser all the time. I'd have a fucking shotgun ready after. How many games has Mario been in? Guy needs to just invest in a bazooka and have it done. We just wait for the dude to get off his shit and come down and go to steal him and be like, hey, bitch. You know what I mean?
Or imagine being Link.
Yeah, or being Link.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, how many pots has that guy fucking lifted in his career?
Exactly.
He must have fucking pipes of iron on him now, eh?
Right. How many chests and shit? How much stuff has he just lifted in general in every game?
Or in Mario's case, he bangs his head on everything. That's got to get old after 40 years. That would get annoying.
The top of his head's got to be flat.
Oh, it's got to
be. She said, stop swearing, brother. If you're telling me to stop swearing and give up the dirty shit, you came to the wrong podcast, man. This is 18 plus, and if you don't like my trike, you can take a hike. That's all I got to tell you, man. That's how we roll the show here. This ain't PG. This is the fucking Gaming After Dark show, man. There you go. But anyway, thanks, James Elliott, for stopping by. Appreciate it. Final Fantasy says RG Viper. All right. How many toilets did Murray even fix? I don't think he fixed anybody's.
He fixed nearly one.
He goes down lots of plumbers. Triple X show, baby. Woo! All right. Well, guys, we're going to get out of here. This has been a fun show. I got to wrap it up. Like I said, I got a hockey game to go to, and I still got to get my gear on, and not the strap-ons, but the actual hockey gear. Okay.
All right, wait a minute. Are you playing hockey or are you playing the puck?
No, I'm playing hockey, baby. I'm out there stopping that thing. I gotta go stop those cold biscuits tonight, and it's cold out there too.
You have fun with that shit.
All right, I'm a goalie. Got the bruises to prove it, baby. Great show, says Crispy Bomb. Well, thank you to everybody who's came out here and been a part of it. Timothy Dixon, always in the chat. Easy money, guys. You guys are fucking fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we're on 36 people in here. You guys say this is an awesome show. We need some more people in here. I think we need a little bit more love. What do you guys think? Dreadpool, right? So share the word. Next week, we're same time, same place, baby. We'll be back here. So bring your friends, tell your family, bring your old granny if she wants. Maybe all this verbal stimulation might take a few wrinkles out. You know what I mean?
Just don't bring your children.
Just don't bring the children. Put them to bed. Put your earmuffs on. Sit in the chair. Grab a beer. Sit back and relax. That's how we do it, baby. 42 on my screen says Free Jack. Free Jack, yeah. Keep your balls well wrapped in the Fruit of the Looms, baby. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Set over to our amazing guest, Wilmy. Thanks so much for being here, brother. I know it was a bit short notice. I didn't really have a guest planned, per se. I was like, last minute, I was like, we should have a guest this week, number 2. And you're like definitely one of the first guys that pop on my mind here. So don't take that the wrong way, brother. But you are a fucking fantastic dude, man. I mean that in every sincere fashion, and like I said, I'm happy to see that your success is starting to take off. I noticed you got a lot more followers and subs right now. It's starting to pick up, so keep it rolling, brother. Have a great show on Wednesday night, but tell people where to find you and how to check you out on the next one.
You can find me every Wednesday night at Wilmy Hood on YouTube doing Gaming Beyond the Box. We start at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it's kind of like this show. We just have a lot more crazy degenerates on the podcast. It's me and the Forking crew. So we have 8 to 10 of us on the panel. We just make it fun, man. That's what gaming's about. It is supposed to be fun. It's not about all the fanboy BS and all that good shit.
Absolutely.
You can find me on Twitter, of course, at Wilmy Hood. Actually, pretty much anything you can play a video game on, type in Wilmy Hood. You'll find me there on Facebook, Instagram, and all that good stuff too.
And yes, Spider-Man, we'll try to get Mooch on at some point. Mooch is one of my all-time favorites, man. He's a good dude. Me and him get along pretty well, but he's a hard man to get, and you got to book him months in advance. But yeah, it's all good. So guys, make sure you go check out Wilmy. Check out Gaming Beyond the Box on Wednesday nights on his channel. It's a good show, like I said, with the Forking crew. Fork Boy was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if I recognize him or said hello to him, but hello, Fork Boy. Thanks, Shannon. Love you guys. Have a good night. Crazy Gamer. Chloe, you guys take care. We'll talk to you guys soon. Michael Monkey Punch Lugo, he says Primal is sexy. So Primal, maybe you want to address that and let people know where they can check out your sexy ass.
Or you can see me be sexy on Xbox. No. If you guys want, you can follow me on Twitter at Primal Eve. I am also on Xbox, also Primal Eve. You can find me on the PlayStation, maybe eventually when I decide to hook it up and unbox it.
And the hate messages have already started, Brian.
But once again, the chat, you guys are awesome. I love seeing you guys every week. I definitely missed you, so I'm really glad that we got the show started again. And thank you very, very much, Wilmy, for being our very first guest of the year. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, I could never refuse Nude, except for that one time he was sending me the photos and text. That's just kind of weird and creepy. But
yeah, Wilmy's still trying to figure out how to get the cataracts off right now.
Yeah.
If by any chance was there a turtle involved?
I wouldn't even go that far.
Let's say I left him shell shocked after that one.
Yeah.
Oh man, crazy stuff. All right, guys, you know where to find me. Always in the gutter, and obviously here with Primal on Tuesday nights. So looking forward to coming back next week. This was another fantastic show. To all the people in the chat, have a great night. We'll see you next week, hopefully. And all that good stuff. Find me on Xbox. Find me on PlayStation. You know the name is Snoof Nukem, and Boom Boom Kaboom is my game. It's peace out. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.
And he is in the gutter making hand butter. Ooh.
Oh, gross. Bad visualization. Catch you later, people.
Later.